Hello, and welcome back, dear
The
friends,
one-dimensional.
once again
Arrived.
to the real world. And you know I'm glad to have you. And it feels like far too long since I was able to say that we all have arrived. And that we have all taken our seats at the table to once again begin telling this wonderful, harrowing saga. I'm not going to ramble today. Some days I spend more time doing so than others, but today we've already spent far too much time just getting here. I hope you're excited for what's in store because I'm on the edge of my own seat. But before we get things underway and we get started, you and I both know that someone needs to do the recap.
I haven't in a while. I can go.
Please.
Joe, did you want to do it?
No, I was just going to break the silence, so go for it.
All right. So last episode, our heroes or anti-heroes, depending on your perspective, began escaping a cave where we had found Albus Maystar, a renowned wizard who had a part of their memory palace robbed by what some of our longtime listeners, whom they might know as Madame Vile. After that, we took them to the circus, did a little bit of light interrogation. Nothing Gitmo style, just conversation. But turns out they're a couple memories short of a memory palace. Let's just say that. And we learned a little bit about what they were working on and what knowledge our foe tried to get. Specifically, it was a extremely complex spell requiring unearthly components that had the ability to create a soul. Following this, there was a wardroom conversation. We figured out next steps, and the plan was to go rescue Mephistopheles. Party then got some insights from Charmcaster on how to go about doing that, where they were. Then the party went to go rescue Mephistopheles, and it turns out that they were missing. We found, I believe, glyphs on the floor. We found shackleless chains. And then Gloombringer had the idea to find them in the realm of the sleeping through Find the Path. And we are now making our journey to Mephistopheles' dream, and I think we're just on the precipice of potentially going inside. Did I miss anything?
Just that it was Slayer that would have noticed that and not Gloombringer, but that's okay.
The main thing was that Mitch noticed that, and
did you mention the ritual we found out about?
Creating a soul, I thought. Yeah,
the soul page.
Okay.
I shouldn't say that. The soul scroll.
What is a scroll but a page?
Well, no, because the pages has relevance.
All right, sounds like I got everything, which is impressive because I was taking some edibles that kicked in the back half of last week's episode. Hooray for me!
Hooray for you!
I need some edibles. I just realized the implications considering you decided to pretend to be Willy Wonka.
Yep.
Oh my god.
It's like, well, that explains a lot.
No.
Yep, 100%.
That was hilarious.
I need some of those. Hold on.
Son, may I take my well-deserved point of inspiration, or even just?
Oh my gosh, I was muted. Yes, of course, and also I do hope you know I was serious about that stat block, which is why I sent it to you in the first place.
Oh no, he's still Willy Wonka.
Is that my stat block in this realm, or?
You wanted to be Willy Wonka, yes.
Okay. I was looking at it from a different angle, but I'm in.
You know how the dreaming works. Y'all have been here before.
All right, and then just to finish off that recap, let's see. Ambassador has gone from being his regular Dragonborn self with a layer for purple. He still has that, but now he sort of looks like an evil Willy Wonka with a purple suit jacket, as well as a couple zombie Oompa Loompas following him around.
Wait, is it Ambassador or Chimera who's in the dreaming with us?
Oh, it's Chimera. Sorry, did I say Ambassador?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oompa Loompa Doompa Dee Doo.
Are you muted again,
I have
son?
another riddle for you. Alright, I don't want to get song copyright struck.
We watched that movie after we were done last week, too. Son, are you muted again?
Oh shit, I was muted again. Thank you. There's so many moving pieces now. Oh, but thank you, Joe. Yes. I really do hope you enjoy your Choco Lich. And also, with that being said, singing karaoke does not get you copyright strikes. So you can karaoke on stream, in case you ever wanted. But with all that being said, we're gonna start to hop right into it. So of course, Chris, take your well-deserved point of inspiration as we begin our story, where we, of course, always begin our story, where this whole saga truly sprawls out from. The Cirque Magnifique. And it's at the Cirque that something quite important is happening. Perhaps the greatest show of a lifetime is just about to go underway. And Atlantis, you find yourself standing at the edge of the stage, hoping that the show goes the way that you had planned.
Well, Storybringer, what is it you wanted to show me?
Okay, we made those edits, and I think it's missing the oomph still. Don't really care for Driana as the love interest. It doesn't make sense to me. But I did it. I made it work for you. Here you go. I hand you the new final updated script that has just been finished. Probably a few moments ago. There's still wet ink and splotches in places, and you guys are set to go on stage in less than 20 minutes.
Thank you. I thought you said there was some trouble happening last week / 5 minutes ago.
Just another case of the Gloombringers fighting.
Oh, was that all? Easily taken care of.
Yes, and well, no. The fight devolved into. Well, you just have to see for yourself.
He tucks the script under one arm, motions for him to lead the way.
Go to the smaller tent adjacent to the small stage where you've set up your main your main character, Atlantis Bringer, played by, of course, Jewel Bringer. But when you enter the tent, you don't see Jewel Bringer in costume. In fact, you see Jewel Bringer light up on their cot with their foot elevated. He got into a fight with the understudy, and some of the Bringers are saying that he pushed him. But he twisted his ankle, Atlantis. We just lost our star for the evening.
Really? Do we not have healing magic? Is that something that has just slipped everybody's mind all of a sudden?
And every single Bringer pauses and looks at each other. And one of the Bringers goes over and starts to cast healing word. As Storybringer turns and looks towards you. You know, not that I forgot, but maybe it was the drama, the break a leg. Oh.
Right. I suppose this is why I am the director for that, and I'm the one who decided to do this.
Those are two very good points. Yes.
Too late for me to begin regret doing this. Now we have 10 minutes till we start. Anything else? Anything else we need to bring up before curtain?
Well, I think that's it, actually. I think we've done it, Atlantis. I think we're ready to put on a show.
Excellent. Everyone to your places. Atlantis will turn and walk off to him. Just double check everything. Double check the small details, the big details, etc., etc.
Small details, big details, everything in between. As you look out towards the stage, you see the seats are filling, the crowd anticipating.
So many people out there. More than I anticipated, honestly. No time for nerves now, Atlantis. It's just the big make or break moment in your just started career in show business.
It's not like if you fail, you'll be lopped off the entire industry like a laughing stock. And a fool who thought that they could write a play even though they're completely incompetent and not worth their salt in a bag of grain.
Atlantis freezes for a second and then looks back at who was saying that.
It was Magic Bringer, the special effects guy. He's kind of just hanging in the rafters of the tent, looking out over the stage. Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking to me.
No, but I will say to you that you are lucky you are an integral part of this play. Carry on.
Atlantis, I have a question about my script as your narrator.
Yeah, yes, narrator Bringer.
I'm off stage the entire time, but Magic Bringer has said that this role requires nudity. He said it's tasteful, but I just feel that's unnecessary.
And he looks back up at Magic Bringer.
And he kind of nods his head and shrugs. Like, yeah.
I had not anticipated the narrator being nude, but I mean, if you want, we could work it in, I suppose. But if not, then don't worry about it.
No, I'm good. I just felt like I was getting hazed as the new guy.
No, it's. Well, you are being hazed, but not by me.
Okay. Other than that, no notes, no feedback. Great script. Break a leg.
Thank you. These bringers are going to be the death of me. All right, everyone, 5 minutes till curtain.
As we slowly begin to fade away from the stage, and we find ourselves far from the circus, but connected still, in the strange way that magics often do work. We found ourselves in a very familiar place, one we've spent far too much time, where we have gathered our strength, we have found allies, and where the home of the von Heinrich estate lies. Stark. Slowly, you open your eyes. You can't remember when you went to rest, but the last things you do remember were bloodletting, runes that adorned your body being carved into new flesh. A ritual you remember only because it's embedded in your own flesh and bone. One you undertook as a child yourself. Flashes of this broken memory arise, and as you open your eyes, you find yourself in your bedroom. beside you is Faust, softly sleeping, curled up in a chair near your bedside.
Faust.
Lord Stark! Lord Stark, you're awake!
Of course I'm awake. I'll, what kind of question is that?
You don't remember. It's all right. Godfrey said just to keep an eye on you until you return to us.
Remember what? I remember having you go through your, ritual. After that, I went to sleep.
And you didn't wake for days.
I was asleep for days.
It's been 3. Godfrey believes it's because you undertook the strain of the harrowing even though you weren't fully recovered. It's my fault, isn't it?
No.
It is because if I
Faust.
come here, then you never would have.
Faust.
And
Silence. It is not your fault, child. This damage was done to me beforehand. And you are not to blame because of it. It was time for your harrowing, and I made the decision to go through with it, though Godfrey and many of your other siblings protested. This was my choice. And, well, my long sleep seems to be the consequence. But I am better now. I am fine. And it seems you've overcome your ritual. I am quite proud.
I am so glad to hear it. I was so worried that... Well, yes. Never mind that. I feel connection to you now that I did not understand before. I understand now the blood that runs through my vein, my lord.
As you should. Hold that connection close. Never forget it. It is what makes us, well, family. Now, if you don't mind me asking, your weapon.
Oh, yes. Well, about that. Please do not be disappointed, my lord. I realize that it is not conventional, but it is what came to me. And slowly, from the blood, several small orbs, like marbles, begin to form. And they begin to dart around Faust. like strange beads of blood. I can only concentrate and conjure them for a moment. Ah. And as he strains, the droplets of blood explode and splatter, dropping to the ground. And then I get a bit of a headache.
It's quite all right, child. Your weapon might not be conventional, but it is yours. It has chosen you, as you have chosen it. Or, I suppose in this case, them. It is a part of you. It displays your true nature. And quite an interesting nature it is. Now, naturally, you will have trouble maintaining your weapon. Every single one of your siblings has had the same trouble, myself included. It takes time and dedication. But once you get a handle on your blood magic, it will come naturally. You will no longer have to focus just to manifest your weapons.
I wish to put this into practice. I want to start training now.
Very well.
Really?
Yes, I see no reason why not to. I will... Well, how should I put this? I'll have some of your brothers give you some pointers. See if any of their advice can help you out.
Thank you, Lord Stark. I will prove to you that I am the right choice. I will excel here. Soon, I will show you all the forms that my weapon can take, and its utility as well.
I hold high hopes for you, Faust. I have many plans for you in the future. Do not let me down.
Of course not.
No. Where are your siblings?
Oh, I believe Godfrey's in the study, and Victor had to go to House Mata. He also wanted me to contact him as soon as you awoke.
House Mata? For what reason?
The situation has grown dire from what I understand. He won't tell me much, but I heard them arguing.
I suppose it was only a matter of time. Gods. I've been asleep far too long. Okay.
As you begin to pull yourself up from the bed, you feel a sharp pain course throughout your entire body, Stark. Make a Constitution saving throw. Start to feel the effects of undergoing this harrowing without your
29.
full power. And you're able to rest the pain, bear it, grit your teeth. Faust's eyes grow wide as he hears your grimace. My lord, are you sure you're okay?
I'm fine.
You should rest more. I'll go get
There
Godfrey.
is
He will bring you something to eat.
there is no time. We are running out of time, Faust. The longer we wait, the longer it takes, the harder it gets for us to gain control over Darkhold. I cannot wait any longer. I cannot rest any longer.
Yes, my lord. I understand. I will go fetch Godfrey. And Faust
That would be appreciated, my child.
and begins to walk towards the door. Not before turning back.
How have I grown this week?
There's a hunger in you, like you hadn't eaten in days, a year almost, which makes sense. It had been that long. You feel the effects start to rack your body, and that pain still rumbles in your nerve endings. As you begin to stand and walk towards the door, you stumble, just some, and your vision begins to leave you, as we also fade from the von Heinrich Manor to distant realms, to a place not of this world, not of the material. No, we leave Darkhold to visit the space in between spaces, where whimsy thrives and can easily become horror. We travel to the dreaming.
Now, we must be careful. Gods are. They have to follow the rules of the dreaming just like the rest of us. But sometimes they can exert their own control. So, bid thee caution. Who knows what state of mind might be in, cooped up like that.
You got it, sis. I'm still piecing together this whole dreaming bit. But I think I got it figured out.
Yes, let us not dilly-dally any longer.
As you step through, on the other side, the dreaming whirls around you. A place completely anew to you. A new realm. And new wonders. What you would expect to see on the other side is a mirrored version of Limbo. But as the dream you're entering becomes real and corporeal around you, you start to notice, our knight in shining armor, that all is truly not as it seems. Above you and below you, the scene of limbo slowly fades as you step into this reality. The false wallpaper that lured you here begins to tear away. And you find yourself on the edge of a mirror world, a world backwards, cloaked in sepia tones, devoid of light and color. One where the howling wind still does persist. One where a sprawling fortress of spires and infinite towers leads up ahead.
Is there a specific spot we should place our token?
I will pull up Foundry for you right now. You should start at this little light over here. I will put Atlantis there.
It'll be temple, but
And everyone should have their visions in dark vision for this.
yeah, mine's in dark vision.
I would love to have dark vision.
How does a vampire not have dark vision?
He does have dark vision. He's literally a damn fear.
I only see gray.
Yeah, it's dark vision. Or do you mean the light gray?
Like monotone, gray, no map, no tokens.
I
Did you slide your token onto the map?
I did the same thing. I had to refresh the page because it threw an error when it tried to load.
Gotcha.
Refreshing.
Light token.
There. Alright, now it's in black and white.
The vision here. And just make sure your vision is working for you. I just fixed Chimera, so it should be all set. I'm just gonna zoom in over here.
What is this?
LOL.
Stark disappears and just goes.
Stark just appears in the background and runs by you guys.
How'd I get here?
As you approach, walking through what you thought would be limbo, and the illusion fades away. As I mentioned, what you see ahead of you are sprawling spires, an infinite amount almost, that seem to lead off into the distance. You are not where you had expected to be, Dream.
I suppose it would be superfluous to mention that this is not the area that we saw through the portal.
It seems that someone has put up some defenses. Maybe.
Well, you did say your friend was a wizard, right?
if he did this, then he escaped long ago. But why would he hide?
Why would he still be chained in the dreaming?
Well, clearly he's only pretending to be chained in the dreaming. As you can see, we are not in the at the chains. He was putting up a facade. Or someone else was.
Either way, these are questions we cannot answer. We should ask him in person.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I will not be walking through that front door.
So start flying behind. As you wish. I obviously cannot tell you what to do.
Yes, you've seem to have a little bit more range. I hope we don't have to fight. Maybe he's hiding for a good reason.
Either way, I'll have you back.
Well,
Son, I don't necessarily need to do this in a Foundry, but could I fly up, say, 50, 75 feet, just to try and, get a top-down view of what's going on? Specifically, just trying to see if there's, traps or really just whatever.
As you look up, the first thing you notice in the sky is that there are swarms, almost hurricane-like swarms of flying creatures that seem to be paroling this area. As you look around, you notice first that the pole that you fly by has some sort of writing on it, written in a language that you may or may not know if you know Abyssal.
Nope, I do not.
Okay, you fly by it and you don't quite understand what you're looking at, but as you get further into the sky, you get closer to those creatures and you can see them a little more clearly now. Perhaps you know what they are. You can make a check of your choice here to determine what type of creatures these are.
Nature feels more appropriate. 27.
These are Vrox. They are a low intelligence flying creature that oftentimes won't travel in large groups like this, but for some reason they seem to be flying in certain patterns. You know that Vrox are demonic creatures.
All right, and do I get to... I didn't make, or in the party didn't make any attempts to conceal themselves. Do I get the sense that they're aware of us, they just don't care?
They are aware of you, and unfortunately, it doesn't seem like they don't care. Noticing their patterns, you see that they're circling overhead, and slowly but surely spiraling down towards you all.
All right, I'm going to drop like a stone and warn the party that rocks are descending. And are we still in the dreaming? Am I using the Willy Wonka sheet right now?
Yes, we are still in the dreaming.
Allow them to come. I shall restore balance.
You are still in the dreaming, and that's a good point to make. Can Willy Wonka fly? If not, we're gonna need to walk that back a little, actually.
Just,
Wonka can't fly.
Dream would have done that.
There you go.
Just switch places there, that's fine.
A different dragon.
A
Yep.
different dragon.
Spectral wings sprout from her back and takes to the skies.
And upon seeing the rocks descending, return to the party, and you let them know the danger that's on the horizon.
All right. Willy Wonka, say, he's going to point his cane to the air, and centered above us, say 25 feet above us, I'm going to cast Jelly Bean Rain in a 200-foot cube that ends 25 feet above us. So, up in the air, there's nearly a hurricane of jelly beans that just appear, and they begin to whip in every direction, almost like shrapnel.
Everybody, I need you all to roll it. I need you all to roll initiative.
The everlasting cockstoppers.
No, that's under trademark. I want to be very clear. I am not associated with Disney, their properties, and lawyers, please do not sue us. Let's see.
Dream gets a 5.
That work? I don't know if it did or not.
All right, let's see. Chuckle Lich.
Did y'all see me roll anything?
Should we roll and beyond, or?
I would say roll and beyond, just because, like I said, I'm not super Foundry savvy just yet. This is just our first session. I wanted to use it for like map and aids and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was just trying. I'm trying it out, really. But
yeah, of course.
I can't figure out if.
Just let me know what your rolls are and all that good stuff.
All right. Son, this doesn't have the initiative modifier. I think that's just dexterity, right?
It is.
Okay.
Unless you have other bonuses from like features or trait.
Not Willy.
Not Willy Wonka?
No, just different Willy. William Taft.
Not William Shatner?
All right, let's see. Willy got initiative of a 4. Oh, wait, plus 5, 9.
Just one roll. Check. Normal.
Yeah, it appears in the future, Son will have to like change the combat state or whatever to allow us to roll initiative, but Until then, I'll roll this one.
There it is.
Ooh, 19.
Yeah.
Yes, I will try and figure out the encounter system for next session, but I just wanted to get the bare bones going and figure out how it works. But with that being said, we're just gonna do initiative the way we usually do, the good old-fashioned way. So we'll start at the top. Who's got the highest initiative? We're starting with 20 or 20 plus.
No, I have 19.
Anyone higher than a 19?
No.
After 19?
12. Question mark 12.
Beats my 5.
Oh, ouch.
Chimera?
9.
Okay. So Tempo, Slayer, Dream Chimera?
Chimera Dream.
Chimera Dream. You got a 5, Chimera got a 9, Slayer got a 12, Tempo had a 19. Sounds good. Immediately, Dream. You know for a fact there are more rocks than you can all deal with. And as the jelly bean swarm rains down and begins to pull the rocks into a current, you also see that several more begin to almost apparate out of the dreaming, made of dream stuffs. As you cast the spell, Willy Wonka, several rocks begin to drop to the ground. The damage they sustained, taking them out completely. At the top of the round, Tempo, you see as the rocks begin to descend down upon you,
Okay.
that their mindless pursuit leads them into acts of pure frenzy. They begin to dive bomb down at you. The only solace you see is a doorway ahead, one that leads towards this large palace made of argent, gleaming stone. But your vision's blocked out by the rocks that slowly, or that rapidly descend upon you. Make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Ooh, I am going to...
If any rocks get within 5 feet of us, I get an attack of opportunity.
How many times can you do that?
Once per turn, except for the turn that I use my reaction.
Okay, so you could stop one rock.
On that rock's turn, and then the next turn,
They are going to take they take a turn as a whole, as a swarm.
okay. So I can stop one.
Oh, great. So I was going to say, Jelly Bean Hurricane is 100 or 200 feet cube, and it lasts a turn. So I think we have coverage for this turn.
There are way more rocks than your jelly bean swarm can hold. You've definitely killed a good amount of them, but it is not enough.
Gotcha. Okay.
You've definitely helped, though. It's definitely made things significantly easier for you. But fighting them, even with Willy Wonka's intelligence, doesn't seem like the best idea.
Slayer's gonna use his reaction on the stack to dash.
Okay, hold that reaction for me
At the-
while we resolve Dream's reaction, and then from Dream's reaction we'll resolve yours, and then we'll go back to Tempo's turn.
Okay, perfect.
Dream, because of the nature of this swarm, I will allow you to stop a number of them equal to your dexterity modifier.
That is 0.
Wow. Plus your proficiency bonus, because I'm nice.
6.
Alright, so you can stop 6 in total. And I'll take 6 dice off of the damage. What was your dexterity saving throw?
Saving throw is not the same as an ability check, right?
It is not.
Okay, so 10.
That unfortunately is going to fail. And as they descend upon you with lightning quick speed, both Dream and Slayer begin to act. Dream, altruistic and noble, raises a shield, and above it lances their spear through it. And like a lightning bolt, jabs at 6 of the rocks, immediately stopping them in their place, causing them to fall to the ground, dead. They begin to dissipate like shadow stuffs. I will take 6 dice off of this.
Right. Legendary action.
Not the end of their turn yet. You'll have to wait for the end.
So I thought the end of Temple's turn.
We'll go. The end of the Vrock's turn. So
Gotcha.
once this resolves, I'll let you know. Too many things on the stack, y'all. Too many things.
Just throw your cards in the center. We'll resolve them one at a time.
My dice is still rolling. Come on, stop rolling.
Jesus.
You take 44 piercing damage.
I will use my reaction.
Oh my god. You have priority since you're reacting to this.
As Temple steps up to take the hit, he brushes aside his cloak, revealing underneath that he has an extra set of arms just below his normal set, and his armor begins to glow as he uses damage absorption. Use my reaction to absorb incoming damage, mitigating it, and that damage then goes to a pool that I can use as temp HP for myself as an action. And the maximum I can store is 61, so I will store that 44.
Okay. We will, from there, resolve Slayer's reaction next to Dash.
A question. Just I can't see the rocks on map here.
You cannot?
Where are they? Are they already on us? Upon us?
Can you guys see the rocks at all? Or is it just Mitchell?
No.
Oh, hold on.
Nope.
Hold on 1 second.
I think they're showing up on stream as well, just not on us. I'm still in dark vision over here. Because I was going to dash, but I think I peeped the stream and I'm like, well, I might want to change that reaction. I think a different course of action might be more beneficial for the
Can you
situation.
see the one that I just put in front of you?
No.
Huh.
Still black and white. Can only see the party.
I'm not sure.
Likewise.
I'm not sure why you can't see that. Can you see them now?
Negatory.
Let me see here. Bear with me, growing pains. Can you see them now?
Nope.
How about now? Can you see this one?
No.
Huh.
This is from a year ago, so I don't know if this is exactly it. But someone did mention that if tokens are already on the map when you change to the map, that your players sometimes can't see them and you might have to place them down again.
Oh, I just saw Varrock pop up and not started. Round 1.
Oh,
It also
okay.
said combat isn't. Here we go. Toggle combat state. Click on your character and hit the sword and shield.
Hold on 1 second.
Once not.
Let me reset it.
Yeah.
Tab.
With the Varrock in it.
And then now you can combat state.
I'll go to the combat tab as well.
Combat state. Combat
There
state.
we go. Yep.
And then
Still can't see rocks though.
nope, there's none yet. I deleted
None
them
yet?
also. I deleted them. So
None yet?
oh, shut up. On stairs. Rock. Combat. Rock. Combat state.
Oh.
Control C V. Question mark.
Yes, I'm still listening.
Can you see them?
No. I can mouse over them and can't right click them.
Maybe I need to begin the combat.
Maybe change our vision states.
I think I might need to begin the combat.
Monochromatic, tremor sense, light amplification, basic vision.
Can you see them now?
No. Ooh, tremor sense is badass.
Tremor sense does look really cool, huh?
Light amp. Yeah, I'm on basic and I don't see anything. When I mouse over them in the round, I can see their red squares pop up where they are on map, but I still don't have a visual of them. Yeah, I can like click on one and it'll tell me which one it is, but I still don't see it.
I was having issues and I tried to refresh, but now I can't join. So I don't know if that might be part of the issue.
Oh, you can see them now that you refresh?
No, I tried to refresh and I can't join anymore. It's saying it's not available.
Huh?
Yeah, I did the same thing, Atlantis.
And now you can't see it at all?
I can't
now,
join.
Yeah.
Just watch the stream from now. For now. We'll try to fix that later.
Okay.
So we don't spend too much time worrying about this. But I'm not too worried about this right now. Layer, bam, bam. And adjust that. Get a little closer in here so y'all can see. We're going to. That was damage. That was Slayer's reaction, right?
Yeah. Well, where are they on the map? Like, how far up in the sky are they? I
They're
see
about 30 feet
6.
up from you.
Okay.
After this small area. In this small area, they have descended upon you. You will definitely take some attacks of opportunity. I will resolve it as a dexterity check. Or a saving throw, excuse me. Because there are so many of them.
And we're kind of like swarmed. There's more behind, like just a big area of them.
It's letting me join now.
Okay, I will instead. I don't want to dash. I want to use my reaction to rack a explosive round.
Oh, nice.
Oh, now I can see the rocks.
You can see them now.
Yeah, I finally was able to join, and now I can see them.
Nice. Okay, so if you guys are able to try that, that might work for you. With that being said, you hear a shell rack into the sniper with a loud clap as the rocks still descend down. Legendary action, Chimera, at the end of the swarm's turn.
Alright, so this is the Chocolich doing this, it's not Chimera. Chocolich is
Chimera
going
as a Chocolich.
Yeah. But he's embracing the Chocolich. And he's going to reach into his suit pocket, pull out his flute, play a jaunty little tune, and then around us, 5 Oompa Loompas are going to join in my aid, and I'm going to command them to sacrifice themselves for my betterment. And just for Son's benefit, these are 1/4 CR goblins.
Love it. We live for it.
And after every turn, I'm just going to grab more goblins to protect me.
LOL. I love that you're feeding into this, though. That's probably the best part. And you said they're goblins?
Yeah. Well, they're Oompa Loompas, but they're reskinned goblins. Yeah.
How many?
5. And after every person takes a turn, I'm going to call up 5 more. I'm going to get an army of these little guys. If you remember in the movie, like, he originally found them, then like he brought them to the factory and like put them in like, you know, cute little outfits. No, these are like the original tree dwelling ones. They're just a little more rough and tumble. They've seen some things.
The vermicious Knibs are upon us.
And you said 3, right?
5.
LOL. Here are your goblins. Or Oompa Loompas, I should say.
Ridiculous.
Okay, that was your legendary action. Tempo.
Yep.
As you absorb this damage with your projected barriers and absorption field, you see that all around you, the rocks are swarming everyone. And as Dream raises a spear and begins to fight them off, you find it is your chance to act.
Alright. For my action, I'm going to take that pool of damage and add it to my temp HP. So 44 temp HP. Bonus action, I am going to cast Shield of Faith on Slayer. So please keep in mind you have +2 bonus AC as long as I'm concentrating. And voice of authority. Since I cast a spell on you, you may immediately make a weapon attack against an enemy.
The combo, please. So I will attempt.
Wait.
Before this, what do you say, Tempo?
Did you use your reaction or not, Mitch?
I've used my reaction, but I can fill that with a counter reaction. Can I not?
Correct. You could use a counter reaction.
Yeah, so I can still do whatever I need if I need to use one.
Okay. So yeah, you have to use your reaction to make a weapon.
I'll use a counter. Worth it.
And I'll let you immediately take that. But what does this look like, Tempo?
As he sort of what does it look like? As he sort of waves his hand over in Slayer's direction, you kind of see like a spectral cog, like on the ground, like surrounding him, kind of like an aura in Diablo. Like it's just emitting from the ground, centered on Slayer. And he just says to him, "You have been in this line of work for a long time. I believe you know what to do." Kind of giving him the signal to attack and try to clear the way.
And after racking the round, I just kind of feel the time kind of warp around me, and I grab the gun with the words ringing in the back of my head, and I'm going to attempt to shoot a path through the bridge forward, and the round I'm using is my explosive round, which will, on contact, create a 20-foot radius bubble of 66 damage on a dexterity 13 save. So I'll kind of shoot that kind of centered on the bridge up to kind of clear the space in the bridge and not to hit us, of course, as I can't place it.
All right. Go ahead and roll for damage. The dex save was 13, correct?
Yes, and before that, as I shoot the round, I'm going to forego advantage to give myself another attack. And a 47 to hit.
Oh, whoops.
Makes contact with the chest of a rock in the center of a large patch of this swarm. And as soon as it feeds into the pelt, the explosion blooms.
Oh no.
I'll deal 38 damage to that rock, and then 66 on your saves in a 40-foot circle or sphere. 20 damage.
Yeah, I don't know how to get rid of these circles I just made.
Joe, you can click in the middle and then push delete.
Oh, okay. Aha. Thank you.
How much damage did you say, Mitchell?
20 damage.
Okay.
Half on a save.
It was 80 for the round, and we'll reduce the damage by 20. Actually, you said half on a successful save, so...
Yeah, so 10.
10.
And what does the damage look like after the explosion?
You watch as several of them begin to fall. And around you, the ones that were crowding you get dispersed some, blown back, reducing some of the damage that you all are going to be taking as you continue trying to run through this swarm. That was Tempo's turn, correct? Action, bonus action, reaction?
I gave myself an extra attack. I'm just going to use that to rack another explosive round and continue Tempo's turn.
heard. Another loud as another round is locked into the barrel of the sniper rifle. Tempo, action, bonus action,
I
movement.
will take. Yeah, I'm gonna take a. Here it is. 1, 2. Let's say 15 feet. At least start making some progress as we're blowing through them. That'll be my turn.
As these creatures begin to swarm yet again. Going to.
So as these creatures swarm again, legendary flute playing right now.
At the end of Tempo's turn?
Yep.
Okay.
5 more. You don't need to put them on the map. We can just keep track. 5 more goblin sacrifices.
We love it. So you're up to 10 now.
Yep.
Alright, just keep that number in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Playing the flute. As the rocks begin to descend again and swarm towards you, Slayer, it is finally your turn to act.
Okay. What does the bridge look like in front of us? Is it not clear yet? Is there still more rock to be slain?
There are many rocks. It honestly feels like there is no end to them, and that it would be better for you to just run. If anything, it feels like you're being chased, and the only answer might be to get away.
For sure, but I'm not trying to run through rocks. I'm trying to blow them up and then run.
You think that with a couple more well-placed rounds, you might be able to get rid of them. And meta, the mechanic I'm using, is the amount of damage you do reduces the amount of damage they do on these dex saves that you have to do. And if you reduce all the damage, then I will say that you have been able to clear a path.
Okay, sure, yeah. We'll clear a path then.
There is still 70 damage left on the stack, and it will reset at the top of the round.
I will take the attack action, and I will forego advantage, and I will shoot to clear the path. 47 to hit. What's up with these 11s?
Landing right in the center of its eyes. The rock in the center of a large swath almost narrows its eyes towards the bullet hole as the explosion blooms from the center there.
I'm going to use a piercer here. 4 plus 5 plus...
I passed on the dex save.
28, sure. 4 plus 5 is 11. 39 to the one I hit, and the explosion will be...
I'm only going to count the explosion damage.
16?
Copy.
Oh, wow, it's a bullet. Just because they're a crowd?
Right. Because it's more for the crowd than it is the single target. Do you know what I mean? Like, you being able to kill all these rocks is what's reducing the damage. The single target is not so much the point.
Well,
does that make sense?
I guess. So count 1, but the 3, 4 I'm going to shoot. So I use my extra advantage to reload, and I will rack another shot. Explosive, I'll shoot for 41 to hit. Forgo advantage, repeat. I guess I'll just do the explosive damage. 24 explosive damage.
And one after another, the bullets rack through the sky and you hear explosions. Heard 24 damage.
Do it again. 16, 45 hits. 4. And that's going to be 25 damage on this shot. And I get one more. 43.
That last one will do it with, I believe, 4 bullets total, correct?
Yeah.
And one after the other. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And the path has in fact been cleared by Slayer, who single-handedly blew a hole through the defenses of this rock storm.
And I'm just on my last reload action. I'm going to. I guess I'll rack a sleeper around. And that's my action. My movement, I will move 30 foot forward. How long is this bridge here?
Everything is to scale, and there are the squares there. So you should be able to move yourself.
Oh, I guess I could, yeah. Where am I? Come here, person. And I'll use my reaction on stack to dash, which will give me a total of 60 feet. I can't move my character for some reason.
That'll get you just about to the door here, so I can move you right there. All right. Voice line?
Well, I suppose we should knock.
As you run up to the door, leaving everyone behind you. End of Slayer's turn. You all would make a dex save.
Flute playing.
One more time?
Legendary flute playing.
So we were up to 15?
Yep.
At the end of your legendary action, the rocks slowly begin to fill the area above the sky again. So I will use mine for that, and I am under threshold, so I can't do that either. Completely destroyed everything. Which I think brings us to a resounding end as Willy Wonka and Dream, you see your opening to run through towards the doorway.
Dream's gonna pick up tempo and Willy Wonka and just fly through.
Wait, don't forget the Oompa Loompas!
Oompa Loompas will be okay.
Poor things left for dead. And as you rush past Slayer towards the door, it simply pushes open. We will end initiative because you completely destroyed that encounter. Good job, Slayer. It's a lot of damage. As slowly but surely, the door slides open, and on the other side, 1 second here as I grab.
Dream, I never met this fellow, but this is a friend?
Never met him either. Friend of Baron and Gloombringers, apparently.
Well, they're both fantastic references.
You almost made me laugh there.
I knew going through this door was a bad idea.
As you all step through onto the other side, you brush off rock pellets and feathers and the odd piece of viscera from the cacophony of explosions that you had just left behind. And on the inside is a opulent mansion. Something out of a Waterdavian noble's home, but far more ostentatious. Think Ajaib, but without the sand. As you look about, you realize you've stepped into someone's abode. It's clear now, as you look around, everything still painted in sepia tones, that, well, everything is backwards. All of the paintings, the words here, some of them written in common, but otherwise you can see something strange is going on here. You're not quite able to put your finger on it.
When we entered here last week, we were walking backwards with mirrors. Does that change anything, or is it still
Oh, I remember.
okay? Just making sure.
It did change things.
Should have walked forward.
I totally made that up on the spot. I have no idea whether that helps or not.
Classic. Dream. Is everything supposed to be backwards?
I don't see an issue with it.
I just wanted to know if I should turn my computer visor on.
Well,
But
if you wanted to see it forward, you should walk backwards.
Right. I'm thinking I'll just be fine. Let's just keep our wits about us. And I will make an... what do I want to make here? An investigation check. For anything out of the ordinary of the new normal, which is everything's backwards, 22. Or passive, 26.
Your reflection catches your eye. And as you step past the doorway, you notice that as it closes behind you and you look at it, the door itself, which is a flat surface, is oddly reflective. Your own likeness, peering back at you, seems to glower. Stern look seems a little more menacing than what you think your actual face looks like. And for a moment, you're so sure that its eyes glow a deep, dark color, and it bears fangs at you. Can you roll a D100 for me?
Ooh, well, I could try. 59.
One of the you hear on the other side of the door, small fists banging on. Yeah. It's something on the other side screaming for you to let it in.
Kind of just stepping back from the door, closer to the party. I believe something's trying to get out, and well, I don't think that's a good idea.
You can hear the banging again once more. The voice of an Oompa Loompa on the other side, just begging to be let inside. You can still hear the
Oh,
screech of rocks. Something picking at it, obviously.
I'm sorry. Was it Willie? Your your new friends, have they made it in?
Just banging relentlessly on the door.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here, and I'll open the door.
Okay, well, while you're opening the door, Willie's going to reach into a pocket and he's going to pull out a piece of hard candy that's in like the loudest plastic wrapper possible. Like this can be here within like 200-300 feet. And as you open up the doors, Willie pops it in his mouth and says, "Wonder if they'll make it. Suspense is terrible. I hope they'll laugh."
When you open the door, the Oompa Loompa literally just falls face first through the doorway. But you can see that it doesn't look the way it did when you first saw it summon. In fact, now its skin seems to be covered in some strange silvery and reflective material. It looks like it's been dipped in a mirror-like substance. And it gasps for breath as it drags itself through the doorway and you close the door behind it, shutting of Rock's face in it and pushing the Rock back outside, finally latching the door. Thank you.
Help! Police, there's been a murder.
Well, are you
Constable.
quite all right?
Fortunately, I am not police, as Temple is busily observing this corner of the room.
And as the Oompa Loompa drags themselves across the floor,
Leaving a blood trail.
Willie says, "If the good Lord intended him to walk, the Lord would never have invented roller skates."
Well, I'm not sure I understand that statement, but I was quite certain I had taken care of all of those creatures. My apologies.
No, you had simply cleared a way across the bridge. Far too many rocks out there for even us to simply take care of.
All right. I'm going to pick up my cane, give it a fun little twist in the air. Does like a 720 in my fingers as I rotate it. Time is a precious thing. Never waste it. And I'm going to walk up to the... Let's say there's a door ahead of us. And I'm going to tap it with my cane.
Looks like, I don't know if that's the door. It looks like a statue with armor on it.
There's a staircase or something in the room.
I think there are doors to the north and the south. Maybe two.
I'm
There's
imagining.
There's two archways. Let me see if there's like a pointer tool. Doesn't look like it.
We can see your cursor on the map.
Oh, can you? There's one here, and there's one here. These are two archways, and they lead
Okay.
to the next room I had. As you step through these archways, however, we begin to fade to black, where we are going to take a quick break. But don't go far. We will be back soon.
Don't want to miss the show.
And we thank you for your patience. And we hope that it is well worth the wait, and that your anticipation culminates in something satisfying. I think at least that it will. For though we have stepped away from the mystery unraveling in the dream world, we get to here, back at the circus, where on the circus grounds, the show of your lifetime has just begun. The seats filled and the crowd hushed in awe as the once and future king plays on. And grab the scene here.
Someone want to make a performance check for Neptune?
LOL. Hold on one second. Where's my sounds? Volume
See.
on.
All
Act
bringers.
1. Act 1. Scene 2. A castle courtyard. The scene set in front of the citizens that have decided to watch this masterpiece. The narrator begins to open the scene to the crowd.
When but a tender child was our hero Atlantis, he commenced his tutelage to succeed his sire upon the regal seat. He first applied his mind and his might to martial and arcane arts, as a king should know how to defend himself, his people, and his lineage after all. But on this day, his father's lore did vary from its wonted course.
Very good, son. Your movements with the trident are getting better by the day.
Thank you, Father. It is an honor to finally begin my training to be king one day.
I have a surprise for you. Your brother, Daedalus, will be joining us.
But Father, I don't think he's ready yet.
Do not fret, my son. We will all need to know how to defend ourselves. We have been at peace for many years, but you never know what will happen in the future.
Who's playing?
There's whispers among the backstage, and you see a bringer get pushed out to the front. Father, I am ready.
Excellent! Now I wish for you two to spar. Let us see what you can both do.
As Atlantis and Daedalus on stage face each other, each with their own trident, there is a battle that ensues. One of proportions that seem more like a dance. But as wafts of water, controlled by magic bringer, strokes of strong wind gusts, and other Triton-born magics begin to whip across the stage and throughout the crowd, gasps, shrieks, and looks of awe fill the scene. But the short fight is quickly cut down as Daedalus knocks Atlantis to the ground with one well-placed water whip. Neptune interjects.
Enough. Very well done, both of you.
Oh, here, Atlantis. Good fight, brother. As Atlantis scoffs and brushes him off, not accepting Daedalus's outstretched hand.
Father, may I take a break?
Of course. You have done well today, Atlantis. I will continue training with Daedalus while you're gone.
Give a quick bow and then exit stage left.
And as Daedalus stands beside his father and watches Atlantis rush off back towards the palace, the crowd watches the light shine down simply on him as he watches his brother leave. Soon, we too find ourselves in the spotlight, but somewhere else entirely yet again. Upon further inspection in this dream world, we find that this opulent manor is the home to someone quite vainglorious. From what you can see while exploring, there are mirrors on almost every surface. Even the portraiture here seems to be mirror-like. Any flat surface you come across seems to reflect your own image.
What do I see when I look in the mirror?
You see a creepy-looking Willy Wonka-esque nightmare.
Okay. 50-50 chance.
You see the Tim Burton Willy Wonka. I have heard superstitions that mirrors could ward off certain types of spirits, but I do not know how much truth there is to that.
We must keep this momentum and press on.
Right, well, I'll be following you, sis.
That's when coming from you, Mitch.
We'll keep going through.
I'm gonna make an investigation as we walk it through.
I'm gonna start going through rooms till we find Mephistopheles.
I am going to use my reaction to do the same to reroll that. 22 investigation, looking for any sign of anyone being here and where they may be.
You approach the piano and find that the sheet music here is completely backwards. As far as you can tell, no one has been here or is here now. It seems mostly untouched. Everything properly placed where it should go, should anyone ever need it, but you know the difference between a staged home and one that's actually been lived in. and it feels like this one is devoid of life. Simply a parlor room, a set dressing.
Another facade.
I am going to. We encountered this before. With Jadot. Can I try and press through to the next depth?
This is the dreaming. So don't forget you do have dream spells at your behest, as well as the ability to just, of course, make a wisdom check to lucid dream here and attempt to change the reality of this dream space to your whim. And that is a wisdom check. The DC is 15 or 10 plus the level of a spell that you're trying to emulate.
Okay.
Be clear, that's lucid dream not as the spell lucid dream, but as the ability that anyone who is in the dreaming can undertake. Lucid dreaming is a totally another thing, and you know those rules because they are on your character sheet.
21 wisdom check.
And what does it look like, this attempt at peering through this dreamscape?
It's very Inception-esque, kind of like zooming it, looking through a zoom lens, and it's zooming in, except it's all in reverse. And we come out and look at the bigger picture and see around this this dreaming to what's behind it.
Powerful, Maddox. This is not simply a dream, but a crafted construct. A very powerful wizard or scion has created this illusion with the intention of trapping you here. And it is not just this part, but many others, you assume. You see the bounds of this dreaming trapping you here, cutting you off from the rest of the dreamscape. You must, it seems, follow a path, travel through. And once you reach said end, you may be able to escape. But not before whoever is at the bottom of this attempts to kill you. For now, a small pathway is shown to you. Through the walls of this mansion, you can see clearly until the study up ahead creates a barrier to your vision. You must assume that whatever is being blocked is important. And there's a door right there. Slayer is the door.
Tell me, Dream, what did you see?
They were expecting us. It's a trap set for us. And
Or anyone who might be following him.
they wish to protect or keep us out of there. And he points, and they seems the pathway out is over there. Points again. And
If you click and hold, you can ping. I just found that out.
Well, I knew going through that door was a bad idea. And I'll begin inspecting the wall to the study where Dream pointed. Is there a door?
There's a door in front of you, yes, and as it opens, you see that it leads to the study. Yep.
Okay. And what do we see as we enter the study?
A simple desk, a globe, scrolls neatly rolled up and placed, several bookshelves all around. Your run-of-the-mill study. Nothing out of the ordinary except for its opulence. Things here would seemingly be cast in gold or other precious metals, except they have no color to you. Steeped in, again, that same sepia tone, they're devoid of any lifelike realism, except for the fact that as you touch them, they feel cold. As you hold them, they have weight in your hand. But all other things would tell your mind that these things are not real. You don't find an exit or anything else besides the door you walked in, however. Everything else in this room seems pretty normal at first glance.
Tempo grabs a random scroll and opens it up. See if it has anything written on it.
Can you read Abyssal?
No, but I might have.
Crescent knows all languages.
It's written in backwards Abyssal. This scroll seems to be something about the inner workings and governing of a layer of the abyss called, I don't want to mess up the name. It's Velatranus? Velatrin?
Bell.
Let me see. How do I pronounce this? Zelatar. 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 And the greater realm of Azagrat. Azzagrat. And it's addressed to the Lord Prince, but it doesn't exactly say which Lord Prince.
I will admit I expected these scrolls to say nothing at all.
Well, hold on a moment, Tempo. Before we go snooping around and alarming any triggers, let me have a look. And I will activate my visor to tap it twice to go into infrasight, which will allow me to see into and through solid matter for 6 minutes a day. And I'll do a 360 of the room.
Immediately you see that this is a false wall, and behind this bookcase is an archway and cavern, and a path that trails behind it.
And with one eye closed, just looking through my visor, I'll point to the false wall. I believe that is our headed. Now, how do we get rid of this wall?
Is there a mirror on the wall?
and I'll double tap my visor off and look at the wall.
There is not a mirror on the wall per se, but there is a portrait there. And again, as you approach it, like almost all flat surfaces that you've encountered here, it does have a slight reflective sheen, and you can almost see yourself in it.
I am going to walk up to the portrait and cut open my finger, which bleeds iridescent blood in the dreaming, and write the word open backwards on the picture in blood.
And with this ritual form of magic, you dispel the illusion, and the wall completely disappears, revealing that behind it is in fact another passageway.
Well, how did you do that, sis?
It's more about believing that it'll work than any specifics.
Is there another answer that you could perhaps give me?
I wanted it to work, so it did.
Right. Well, let's be going.
Dream will press on, lead the way. Shield at the ready.
Step through and walk into this cavern. The damp trail leading further into darkness, stone walls encasing you almost completely. On the other side, hold on 1 second, welcome. It opens up to a garden. On the other side, thick and dense hanging plants, large rock structures, and the sound of rocks high overhead all bring the cacophony of a wilderness suddenly to your ears as you step out of the cave and into the light.
Is Dream leading the way?
I sure am.
Did you hear that? Or was I muted?
We stepped into the light.
Okay. And you step into a hanging gardens.
Any sign of our quarry? Quarry?
Only thing you see sign of are beautiful tropical plants and vegetation, seemingly from any and everywhere.
I will assume this is another facade.
Yes, we must go deeper.
Suppose the question is, where is our next exit?
I'm gonna look up. Are these rocks paying us any mind?
The VROCK. They are so high above you that that you're pretty sure they don't see you. They don't seem to be paying you much mind.
Okay.
I
If you guys can see your tokens, just change your vision to 60.
I'm still in the mansion,
Yeah.
Andre. I can see your screen.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
I'm just
loading now.
watching the stream.
It's loading now.
Oh, there we go.
I forget that you have to activate the new, like you can't just click on the map, you have to activate the map.
I am going to. I think I was going to try something. As if this is some sort of part of the dreaming. Hopefully, this logic will work. I'm going to attempt to cast Dispel Magic at 5th level as if I am trying to dispel an illusion spell in the area.
Okay. As you do, the arcane sound of gears ticking in perfect synchronization echo throughout a small space around you. One of the large plants slowly begins to shed its illusionary form, and you see a man-eating, carnivorous, vegetative creature slowly reaching towards you with a vine.
Dream will interject.
Yeah, can I see this creature?
Yes, as soon as the illusion is dispelled, everyone can see this now.
Oh, okay. I just can't see the map. Go ahead, Ben. Sorry.
Oh, you
Uh,
can't see the map? Did you change your vision to 60?
Mitch, are you outside, Mitch?
Vision. Oh, I'll change it.
Oh. I was like, if Mitch is outside, he probably can't see anything.
There we go. Okay, I can see.
Yeah, I don't see a token for the creature, but I do see everything else. But
I didn't put one on the map just yet because I didn't think I'd
okay.
need it. And then you
Okay.
immediately found out what it was. So never mind. Oh no. They don't have one in here. I have to upload my own.
Is it a humanoid?
It is it is not. It is not a humanoid. It's a corpse flower.
I'll cast Hold Monster. Wisdom saving throw.
Too many reactionary characters.
I know everyone reacts all at once.
If y'all want to go first, but we just figured I'd try to move it along.
I'll say because you cast the the dispel magic, that priority will go to Dream.
Okay. My dream.
So Dream acts first.
I was just gonna solely act defensively.
Yeah, that's okay.
interposed between its course of action and the whatever its target was, and raise my shield, hold, and use defend.
Let me see if this works like that. No, it doesn't.
Maybe sometime this week we can sit down and like play around with Valentine.
I will definitely try to carve out some time. I'm not sure when, but I'll
Oh,
definitely try.
don't force it if at work and all that,
Um, I'm just gonna use this shrub here. As you approach, Green in a defensive position, shield drawn, spear up. You slash down on the tentacle reaching towards Tempo. It shrivels back as the creature shrieks and begins to slowly try and retreat into the earth. Clearly, yet another trap. This garden is just as hostile as every other location. But the question is, where to next? How will you leave this place?
I assume there are no mirrors in this area, like before.
There are no mirrors, but I assume you're looking around for one, and what you find is that just like all the other places you've been, anywhere that is a flat surface becomes like a mirror. Some of the leaves that are flat enough show your reflection back at you. There's a small puddle of water that looks as though someone had cut a mirror into the shape of a puddle and placed it on the ground with how reflective it is.
Well, perhaps there's not a mirror, but like Dream was saying, if we just say there's a door, well, then like looking to Dream for support, there would just be a door, correct?
You have to believe hard enough, and the world has to agree with you.
As they're talking, Tempo reaches into his bag and he's going to pull out his balance and cast Detect Good at Evil and Good. See if that tells him anything.
All the while, Willy Wonka, one of your Oompa Loompas, begins to trot over to a small little patch of flowers. One that's a flower that seems to be darted all around this hanging garden. And as they bend down, the flower seems to release a yellow stench. I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw. As suddenly, spores of yellow dandruff and pollen begin to float through the air.
Two questions. Question one, what if we don't breathe? And question two, is this poison related?
It is not poison related. It is, um, I will say you are not affected though, because of your, well, no, you're half human, half robot. You are affected. You're a cyborg. You're not
Yeah.
completely just metal and wire. So I'll say you have
Hmm.
advantage on the save.
Okay.
All right. Choco Lich doesn't require air. So, am I good to skip the roll?
I will say yes, the Chocolich is fine, but the Oompa Loompa is not.
Is this a charm, and is this a spell cast within 5 feet of me?
It is not a spell, but it is a charming effect.
Okay, I'll have advantage.
Oh, yep, advantage.
And you said wisdom?
I'll take
Wisdom,
a 20.
please.
27. Thank you, Elf Blood.
Double checking whether I have something for this. I don't think I do. Roll 17.
The Oompa Loompa?
Oh, I'm assuming he fails.
It's funnier if he fails.
Okay. So instead of rolling for the Oompa Loompa, roll a D100 for me.
Here, I'll roll it. 11.
No. Just roll the D100.
Okay.
We'll assume he fails, and we'll go with that. Remember, guys, yes and. To anyone watching in the future or currently, the best tool you can use as a dungeon master and a player is the phrase yes and. Whenever anything happens. Yes and.
I
Yes, he
rolled an
failed.
1.
And
Oh,
you rolled a 1, so
81.
Son's gonna let me play a Muppet. Yes, and
except when it comes to playing Muppets.
I've got the voice, son. I've got. Why do you hate me? I thought you liked
No.
me.
No.
I've got the voice. I've got the VR chat avatar. I'll just go be a Muppet on VR chat.
I'm going to start my own Friday night game with
As
Muppets.
as the yellow musk fades away, the aftermath leaves the Oompa Loompa face down in the dirt, drooling, while each of you begin to notice in each other that some of your features and traits have been moved around. Suddenly, you have the complexion of Dream Slayer, and all of a sudden, Willy Wonka has Slayer's very sleek cornrows. A part of your face, Dream, becomes metallic and hard, and you're missing half of your hair, which you see half of that hair on Tempo's head, while it seems that spectral wings begin to sprout from his back. So, for some reason, your features and traits, the things that make you you, have been tossed up and jumbled around. However, each time you glance by it, the reflections don't seem to say the same thing.
My hair was never this long in life. I assume this is some sort of illusion. And at this, since we've had to make wisdom saving throws a couple times now. You or one willing creature. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. I'm going to cast 6th level Intellect Fortress on all of us. Concentration for an hour. We all have resistance to psychic damage and advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws.
Okay.
Tempo waves his forearms, and each of you get a similar clockwork aura as Slayer had before. This time, slightly different colors with a slightly different effect. Center on each of you.
Slayer's just kind of try to shake off this nonsense and trust what he said and just think that there's a door in front of him. A door that leads to a way out of this place.
Okay. I need you to roll a d4 first.
Sure. One.
A 1. In alphabetical order. Okay. What would you like to do?
Like at the rock in the very middle of this map, just like a door, like regular wooden door with a bronze handle.
Okay. A ruby-like crystal gem suddenly appears and begins to glow in the center of your chest. This is lucid dreaming, correct? You're attempting to manipulate the dream world with your thoughts?
Yes.
Okay. You are going to make that wisdom check, but instead of using your character sheet, Slayer, you will be using Chimera's character sheet.
On wisdom?
Correct. So, Chris, do you mind rolling a charisma check for Slayer as Chimera?
Wait, I thought it was wisdom check.
Is that not what I said?
You said charisma.
Oh,
All
sorry.
right.
Yeah, wisdom check.
All right. And is this a magical effect that I'm saving against?
No, there's no save. It's a wisdom check.
Or wisdom check? All right. 21.
And Slayer, as this ruby gem that you've never seen in your entire life, suddenly comes out of you. It projects a doorway that slowly begins to etch itself into the stone in the center of this map.
And well, without hesitation, I would just grab the handle and swing it open.
And as you open the door, Willy Wonka says, "Wait, I have an idea." Pull out the flute, call forth an Oompa Loompa, and say, "Go through the door."
And the Oompa Loompa salutes you and tuts off, walking mindlessly through the door into the darkness.
No, like, screams of death or anything like that?
No. Silence.
That proves it. It's safe. Let's go.
Unless he was killed very quickly.
But isn't that the dream? Oh, I look around. Dream.
Very well. I will follow them.
What?
Likewise.
I'm gonna make a quick insight check.
And please, as you do this, and the rest of your team heads through the door, and you straggle behind. After your insight check, I will also need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
All of us or just him?
Just Dream.
Dexterity saving throw. Going to be an acrobatics check. $14.
And the insight check first?
Insight check was a 13.
This trap is very complex, but you slowly begin to feel like you are perhaps reaching the ends of it. But what exactly are you inciting for?
I am inciting the the likelihood that the door leads where Slayer thinks it's going to lead.
The only problem with that is you aren't exactly sure what Slayer's intentions were, but it is solid, it is stable, and it materialized almost with ease. You kind of get the idea in the back of your head, like, oh, maybe this is my brother after all, seeing him pick it up so quickly.
Okay, down the hatch.
But before you're able to, a vine rips across your feet, lashes onto you, and pulls you into the air, dealing 7 damage to you. You're grappled and restrained as a vine, snaking out from the tree line, wraps itself around you and
One
constricts.
moment, please. No, never mind. Go ahead.
Dream's inclined to solve this by brute strength, but Crescent knows better. And will cast Mislead. And Dream has a perfect double, still in the clutches of the plant, and gets to look invisibly in the third person as the plant does what it will to the illusory double.
And you watch as Slayer almost is just about reaching for their gun and about to go into act, but they realize very quickly, because you do have your sight still up, right, Slayer?
No, I shut that off a while ago.
Oh, so you don't have sight anymore.
Not infrasight, not through
Okay.
walls.
Everyone would see, anyone without true sight, I will stipulate, will see the Dream currently wrapped up in the thrall of some sort of assassin vine.
I thought everyone went through the door already.
I think we were on our way through.
You were just straggling behind a little. I don't think they left without you that quickly.
I'll begin preparing a spell.
I'm just gonna kind of herd everyone through the door, invisibly.
Herd meaning you just shove us and we all fall in.
Yep. Maybe I did solve it by force.
And on the other side, you fall through darkness. And we fade once again. Because there are many parts to this story. And we don't want to forget the most important one. Back at Cirque Magnifique, the once and future king has well on its way. And in Act 2, Scene 3, takes place in a gloomy, dark castle. Home to Stark Van Heinrich, lord of this household, a manor located in Darkhold. Stark sits upon a throne to the right of the stage, and a little creature, vampiric-looking thing named Pringles, is by his side as he pets it. A bringer in a maid outfit comes out. What? Yes! They claim to be the ones who erected this magical bubble around Darkhold.
I see. Very well. Bring them in.
The servant bows deeply and exits the stage for 2 seconds before returning with Atlantis and Gloombringer.
And investor.
So, servant tells me that you're the ones to blame for this bubble around my city.
Of course. I am Gloombringer of the Cirque Magnifique at your service. It was like a flourish and a bow.
The little creature climbs down from Stark's leg and runs across the stage and begins to nibble on Atlantis's leg. Gloombringer continues on while this happens.
Such a being of great charisma and intelligence that I am, I thought we should come in and apologize for. He looks over at Atlantis, who is currently smacking Pringles over the head with the bottom of his trident.
You dare try to harm my beloved pet in my own home? I should have you hanged. Come here, Pringles.
And with this, Pringles immediately retreats and goes back to Stark.
Well, maybe you should learn to control your pets.
What did you say, fish man?
Well, I apologize for my...
You shut up.
Stark
What?
stands from the throne flinging himself upwards and flinging out his words across the stage.
What did you say?
And as Atlantis retorts back, clearing his throat and standing proudly, he approaches Stark, meeting him eye to eye.
I said, you should learn to control your pets, O great ruler. I am Atlantis, king of the sea, and I will not stand for being disrespected in yours or anyone else's home. Flourish. Come, we are leaving. Landis and Gloombringer turn and start leaving, and Gloombriger's like, okay.
And finally, Ambassador, who had straggled behind, enters onto the stage, shoved onto stage by another bringer from the back. The lights zone down on him, leaving him alone on the stage. Ambassador.
Well, that could have gone better. Cue laugh track.
The laugh track is killing me. And with his line said, and the crowd in uproarious laughter, he exits stage left, and the lights go down as the scene ends. All light-hearted and good fun. But after this aside, the play continues, and several more enrapturous scenes pull us through the harrowing story of this would-be king. Finally, the end of the once and future king begins. Act 3, Scene 12.
And
Set-
so we are. Oh,
Sorry, go ahead.
nope.
Set in a faraway plain of Eden, in a temple underwater. The narrator comes across the stage, a small light shining above him, lighting his way. Fully naked.
I was waiting for it.
And so we arrive in the nether waters of Dreon's fane. Atlantis has at last vanquished his earthly foe in love, Jadot, but not without a grievous cost. Now he repairs to his darling Dreon to appease her of Jadot's doom.
Atlantis enters stage right, and Dreon is already on the stage and appears surprised to see Atlantis.
The great water dragon has allowed me but 5 minutes to come and see you, my love. I bring you news about your former lover, Jamil Jadot III. Together with my followers, I learned that he planned to enslave you and all of Eden in his evil clutches. I tried my best to spare his life. Unfortunately, he attacked me, and I was forced to defend myself. Jadot has been slain by mine own hand. Terrible. But he attacked me. I had no choice. If I had continued to spare him, he would not stop coming after you.
And the tentacle reaches across and slaps Atlantis across the face.
A gasp was heard throughout the crowd. A monster. Everyone has called me that since I stepped foot on Eden. If you truly think me a monster, then I will show you how much of a monster that I can truly be. Huge flourish as he turns to leave.
And Atlantis exits the stage dramatically as the spotlight shines down on Drion, who lays their head to a seashell crafted of paper mache and softly begins to sob. The narrator, as the lights fade, slowly begins to become illuminated by dancing lights that tastefully censor all that needs to be left to the imagination.
And now, as we prepare to draw the drapes upon this act of our tale, we are reminded that even heroes are not flawless. Even heroes can err. But what shall the morrow bring for our once and future king? Shall he be restored and become the king that Drion can adore? Or shall he sink deeper into gloom and become the despot that all deem him to be? Discover anon and only here at the Cirque Magnifique.
Yeah.
And as the lights draw down, the crowd goes, well, we'll see. I need you each who took place in this play to make a d20 roll. And then, Mitchell, I need you to look at the bringer's stats and tell us what we're adding to this performance. I will roll for Melinda as a flump.
Oh, nat 20 for the narrator.
Nice.
Oh no. That's not good. Depending on what the thing is.
That's 7.
Hey, Ben, take my inspiration.
Oh, I forgot I still have an inspiration. I'm gonna use mine. Because I also rolled a 7.
I haven't rolled above a 10 all night.
Oh, there we go.
Let me check my sheet. Sorry.
That inspiration turned it into an 8.
How do I get my mouse back? Come on. There you are. Performance will be a plus 15.
Yeah, that would make mine 31.
Narrator 35.
23.
And last but not least, 19 plus 15 is 24? 34?
8 plus 15?
23.
Okay. I think cumulative stays over a 20.
Yeah, we're probably closer to an average of like 28, 29. Because the lowest was a 20, whatever Ben got.
23.
Mine was pretty high.
And all across the entire stage, standing ovations. The cast comes to the stage holding hands. Hands and tentacles, hands and hands, bringers and bringers and hands and bringers. As they all take their bows. And Jewelbringer actually goes backstage and grabs you, Atlantis, and pulls you onto the stage. All of the bringers part like the sea, and each of them bow to you as you take front and center stage.
Landis kind of just steps forward, speechless. And he's actually got a tear in his eye as he raises his hands, kind of just asking in the thing. And he even grabs like the nearest bringer and like pulls them into a hug, and tussles their hair. And then he walks over to Melinda and kisses her on the top of the head.
Aww. Roses and candies and fish are all thrown onto the stage by your adoring crowd. And for a moment, Atlantis, you get to revel in just this. A victory. As slowly.
One last thing, as before the camera fades out, there's a shot of Atlantis just looking over at one of the seats, and the camera pans over to the seat, and it's an empty seat with Stark's name on it, and he's nowhere to be found.
Don't make me cry.
And then the camera fades.
The camera fades away from this plane where, for once, we do get a reprieve, a moment of joy, to where we are thrust yet again into the dreaming. And I will activate this map for you. You guys should be able to see it, maybe?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, it's still black for me. Just give it some time to load, I guess.
Double check your vision. Hold on. No, you got vision range of 30.
I'm back at the beginning.
The beginning?
Yeah, where we came in. The rocks are there now.
Huh? How?
Right? I'm on the right one. I see like the portal in the middle.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if it's not working for you, just check out the stream until it does. Try reloading a couple times. We would definitely will get like a troubleshooting session together.
Okay, I'm on the screen. On the stream.
You better say goodnight to Scream today. You owe it.
I agree.
Okay. We see, and these are actually mirrors now? With stairways?
That's what they look like.
Okay.
All these flat surfaces reflect back at you like they have been this whole time. Anywhere that you can peer into a surface, you begin to see your own reflection. There does seem to be some sort of portal in the center, however.
Well, I hope this is where we were going. I guess we'll just have to figure out the next passageway.
This portal seems like an obvious choice. Perhaps too obvious. As I observe this portal with mine own eyes.
I agree. Should we try to make our own way out before taking the obvious path?
Willie, we need a boat. Take us down the Chocolate River.
I like the way that you're thinking, but I'm thinking more end of book 1.
Car wash.
No. And I'm going to motion for people to step back. Step back. Everyone step back. Make space. And I'm going to look up at the sky. And using lucid dreaming, I'm going to try to summon a glass elevator.
Wisdom check, please.
Wisdom check.
DC is going to be 20 for this one.
Well, don't worry. I used my inspiration last turn. Chocolate Witch gets plus 10. 28.
The way you said that, someone. Please make a wisdom saving throw.
As through the dreaming, suddenly an elevator falls from the ceiling and dings as it lightly touches the ground in front of you. As you step inside Willy Wonka, also, whoever owns Willy Wonka, please don't sue me. We're just joking. Continuing, you step inside.
You're getting sued.
Please don't sue me.
You're getting sued.
I don't know who owns Willy Wonka.
We don't have any money.
I was gonna say, I don't know who owns Willy Wonka, but I so seriously was just joking, and I take it back.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. I did not mean for whatever you're feeling to feel.
I feel like it's Disney, and if that's the case, you're fucked.
You know, it's very true. If it is Disney, I'm very fucked. What is your Arcana check, Willy Wonka?
Well, I was making an Arcana check. I thought I was making Wisdom.
You did, and you succeeded. Made your glass elevator. Did you guys hear that, or was I muted?
You heard that.
Okay.
Okay, and now I roll an Arcana?
Yes, as you step into the elevator, I need you to roll an Arcana check.
As I step into the elevator, I point to the various buttons. This one takes us to the Marshmallow Room. This one takes us to the Chocolate River. And this one, I hover my finger over. Drum roll. Plus 18. 22.
You've never seen this button before, Willy Wonka, but you do know what it does. It's labeled very clearly. You actually see a couple additional buttons here that you've never seen before. Many of them. Seems as though they've been added on. You see the floor you're on right now. It's called the 100-Fold Hall of Silver. It is a tower of rooms lined with mirrors and supposedly guarded by mirror methods. You see the Lady's Study, the Spiral of Storms, the Tower of Doors, the Velvet Realm, and the Wheel of the Blooded, as well as the Throne Room.
Well, I think we should go to the Throne Room.
Chimera, are you quite alright? You have been acting quite strangely since we entered the dreaming.
I'm completely fine. Here, have a hard candy.
I do not require sustenance, but thank you.
I don't know what you're talking about. He seems perfectly normal to me.
Thank you. Have a hard candy.
Accepts it gracefully. I second throne room.
I think you're all insane.
Seems the least
yeah.
murdery.
Throne room, least murdery.
Very well, and I'll take my seat on the elevator. Cross all four of my arms.
All right, everyone, please step back from the walls. Fingerprints are extremely hard to remove. All right, everyone ready? Let's go.
Thankfully, I have no fingerprints anymore.
Oh, that's excellent. Have a hard candy.
No.
And I'm going to push the throne room button.
As the elevator doors close, and it begins to lurch through space and zip through time. As the scenery changes in front of you, beyond the very glass that encases you, the Hall of 100 Doors zips away, and a throne room appears in front of you.
There's no earthly way of knowing which direction we are going. There's no knowing where we're elevatoring or which way the air is flowing. Is it raining? Is it snowing? Is a hurricane blowing? Not a speck of light is showing, so the danger must be growing.
Dream is kind of grooving out to the music.
As the elevator lands, and you see an empty throne ahead of you. The doors to the elevator open. You begin to step out, and it closes and leaves you behind. You can look at the stream for an image. There's no map of this one just yet.
And it appears we have arrived.
I like this place. There's little surprises everywhere and nothing is dangerous.
Yes, but one thing you could mention is our host seems to be absent.
Most likely place would be on the throne.
Can we see the throne? Is there anyone sitting on it?
You can see the throne, and you can see that it's empty. If you look at the stream, you'll see exactly what you see right now.
Okay. Yes. Wanted to make sure.
Except there's a ceiling. That's the one thing Dungeon Alchemists can't do very well, is ceilings and walls. But I'm not mad at it.
Does everything else pretty well. That would be the obvious place, except that they do not appear to be occupying the throne at the moment.
Now, Tempo. My sister tends to talk in riddles, so whatever she said, forget it, and just, think about the other thing.
Already done, and Tempo steps out of the elevator.
And as I learned when I was a child, you should never doubt what everyone agrees upon.
Well, see, he's not up there because this isn't right. He's supposed to be up there. And Dream is going to cast Major Image. I'm going to put Mephistopheles on his throne.
I need you to make a wisdom check.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my own inspiration because that was an awful roll. And that came up natural 20 for a 26.
Immediately, as the image of Mephistopheles begins to apparate and becomes real in the dreaming, the dream cracks, splinters, and changes. The facade drops, and an eerie silence fills this place.
I told you that it wasn't right.
Does this look right?
Oh yes, much better. Thank you for the candy.
You're welcome. Have another. They're delicious.
Don't mind if I do.
This one is like eating a full meal. Put it in your mouth.
Why do you keep insisting on whispering?
Temple, well, as they're talking, he'll just start approaching the throne.
Like I was saying, this one, it starts off tasting like tomato soup. But if it starts to taste like blueberry, spit it out real quick. I haven't got that last part worked out yet.
Dream's just nodding along.
I'll follow closely with Tempo.
And so this is what I mean, like, I can take a picture of the map from all these different angles and then use same said map at all these different angles. Be cool. Very cool. Love you, Dungeon Alchemist. Sponsor us.
Should we have to be at the bottom or the top of the map?
You can start at the bottom.
Okay. Also, do we still need dark vision on?
You said still need what?
Do we still need dark vision on?
Yes, just keep everything in sepia tones.
Okay. Making sure.
So on the map, I'm only seeing black.
Gotta put your token down.
How do I do that?
On the side tab, you should see, should say actors.
I see players.
you should see your
Click the tab that looks like a person. And then the D&D folder. Open it, and it should have Chimera. Yeah.
everyone can see now?
I can.
Good.
Yes.
At the end of the throne room, all that is privy to you is the disembodied sound of a voice. One that addresses you in whispers. You have trespassed in dreams far too long. You have meddled and toiled in things that you have no mind to truly understand. Child, stand down, and you will not yet face the consequences of your actions.
What?
Tempo looks at Dream for a second and then decides to answer himself. We have come with a mission in mind, and we do not intend to leave until that mission is completed.
Silence. We do not address you.
It's no use, Tempo. There's no negotiating with the likes of her.
Tears.
Step forward, children.
Dream is noticeably afraid.
And I'll look to Dream like, what do we do?
As reflections and nearby mirrored panels here at the party, and the disembodied voice grows deeper from the unknown. If you will not vanquish yourself, then I will come and get you. Everyone roll initiative. And keep those numbers in mind, as we will find out exactly what that means next week.
All right.
Dream is a little petrified. Gets a 2.
24. I'll take care of you, baby.
I love this. I love this big brother moment right now. Come on now. I love this so much.
23.
I got it. Not as bad as a 2,
Go ahead and put your initiatives in. If you guys have time, we can stick around and talk about Foundry and do a little Foundry look at and stuff like that. But before we get off on a tangent, just so we can say goodnight and do all our things, let's start with our nominations and aspirations. If you've been with us for a long time, you already know about nominations, but we have decided to add in a new layer, and we're also doing aspirations. I figured out that I basically was doing stars and wishes before I found out what stars and wishes was. Except we were mostly focusing on the stars and talking about the wishes later on, in between. But now we have a more set up forum to do it, and I think it's really cool to be able to share that with everyone who does listen with us. So I'm gonna start off, and another way to make this a little more formal, something I was thinking about during the week, is I'm gonna start off with an honorable mention to get the ball rolling for our first nomination. My mention does not count as a vote unless we need a tiebreaker. So we'll keep that in mind. But my honorable mention for this week, fucking Willy Wonka. I hate that I loved it, Chris. I really do. Because at first I was like, you know what, San? Yes, and is going to be the death of you. But I really, really, really loved that you played the Willy Wonka this session and you did it so well. And I just, yeah, honorable mention. Shout out to Chris. So you start out off our nominations for me, please.
All right. I'm going to have to go with Atlantis. I know you wrote the script a couple weeks ago, but we didn't actually perform it in full then. Feel like you spent probably some time offline, so giving you my nomination.
Thank you. I'm gonna also give mine to Willy Wonka just for sticking to his guns and keep playing the role.
Yes, and
I'm gonna give mine to Atlantis for the really cool combo. I think we can go somewhere with that and my character. And honorable mention for Willy Wonka, the Jelly Beans Farm was just chef's kiss.
I'm going with Willy Wonka. I have a partner in dream shenanigans now.
I love it. I love it. Take your well-deserved point of inspiration, Chris. Good job.
oh, thank you.
And with that, we're also going to name our episode.
And the Tony goes to.
Oh! It's like triple fold because like great performances all around. Like, come on. Like even Carlos with his cameo, that shit was gut wrenching. Like, oh my gosh. A drama. I like that one. I don't know how everyone else feels about that title.
And then there is a guy named Tony in the crowd.
That works.
I like it.
Lovely. And with that, we're gonna, before we say goodnight, do some aspirations. Is there anything that y'all really want to see in the future? Any hopes, any wishes? I know we talked a little bit about them last week, but we'll just go back around and we'll start with the nomination winner, Chris. Do you have any aspirations for next week? Or the future? Or at all?
Yeah, I do. I aspire not to get sued by the state of Roald Dahl when I play James and the Giant Peach next episode.
The Warner Brothers, FYI.
Are you playing James or the
You know, it's really crazy because you just keep hitting all of my bangers, like Willy Wonka, James and the Giant Peach.
baby.
Like, I own James and the Giant Peach on VHS and wore that thing down. I know that movie front and back, and I wanted so badly for my insect family to steal me away from my from my terrible childhood. But yeah, that's one of my aspirations too. Thank you for bringing that up, Chris. Uh, Ben, do you have an aspiration for us?
I've got a lot of thoughts in my head, and I don't think I've got a fully baked idea right now.
Okay. We can go to Mitchell.
Yeah, I think my aspirations are we have a lot of cool reactionary builds here, so let's see some cool types of combinations in the future. This one's more towards us, the party.
Oh, I like that. You know, I love to reward teamwork. I want to see some super duper Power Ranger combos coming out.
Yeah, we have a defensive reactionary, we have the offensive, we have the support.
And
We
then you
got
have Willy Wonka.
And then there's just fucking Willy Wonka. We have
With legendary action.
we have the Oompa Loompas on reaction.
Joe, do you have any aspirations for the future?
Joke answer is the thing I sent you in your DM. Serious answer is, well, I guess I gotta figure out what to do with Atlantis next. So even though he's got more plays to write, maybe his next step is finally confronting his brother, or at least getting ready for that. Can't put it off forever.
Atlantis, what?
But
I read your DMs. Yes, and. Yes, yeah. I love it. I'm so here for all of this. Guys, I really love being here with you. I love seeing the hard work that I put into this pay off. I love seeing your hard work pay off. I love being able to just have a really special evening doing something so incredibly complex, but so simple, and just simply about having the best time possible. And I really hope you did, because I did too. And I can't wait to see you all next week when we visit once again this wonderful place that we do oftentimes call the real world. But for now, we are going to say good night, stream.
Good night, stream.